Here we go. Welcome. Thanks for being with us for the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championship, into our second decade of this right now. I'm Tommy Sanders, along with Ronnie Moore. And Ronnie, it's always a thrill. It's a huge, huge thing. Plus, you have the added dimension of the possibility of going on to go for a slot in the Geico Bassmaster Classic this year at Lake Hartwell in South Carolina. But once again, as we always say, the quality of these anglers here will absolutely stun you.
Tommy, this is the first day of the rest of their lives fishing-wise. Yeah. This is an audition, a chance for these 89 teams to rise to the top and make a name like Jordan Lee or like a Matt Lee did in the past. All
right, and of course, this time we've got a little more prestige on this event just because of what happened in the bass fishing world in 2017. For the first time ever, a graduate of the college ranks went on to win the World Championship, the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Jordan Lee, and we'll talk about that a little bit as we go through this day, but we have a big day ahead of us.
You're saying there's a chance?
89 teams have qualified from the 600 plus who started out at the start of the season, and they qualified to regional championships. The Central Regional, well, that one was held on Red Hot Sam Rayburn.
Travis McGuire and Lane Bynum of Texas Tech University caught back-to-back 28-pound bags and overwhelmingly beat the 115-boat field by over 12 pounds.
How about South Carolina? First time ever for a regional here, the Southern Regional in Winyah Bay, which saw the Bassmaster Elite Series make their first visit here a couple of years ago. And Palmetto State team won this one.
South Carolina's Patrick Walters and Tyler All definitely used their home state advantage, had plenty of pre-practice time, and got it done.
Osage Beach, Missouri, that can only mean one thing. The fabulous Lake of the Ozarks. This one has been a standby for the Midwestern Regional.
Over 130 teams graced the Lake of the Ozarks all week. Jacob Lewis, JT Russell showcased the fishery, catching over 22 pounds to win the event on the final day.
For the Western Regional, let's go out to California, Northern California, and beautiful Lake Shasta, this time featuring more water than in years past.
Tyler Fireball Chad Schweitzer took the title on Shasta, catching a 9-pound spotted bass, Tommy, one of the biggest spotted bass in the country.
The Eastern Regional is always huge and well attended. This time around, it's at Lake Cherokee, east of Knoxville, sort of in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains.
Bryan College took the title there. Nathan Bell and Cole Sands utilized smallmouth and a Carolina rig and rose to the top of a diverse fishery.
If you can't qualify at one of the 5 regionals, well, there's always the wild card, and this time around, a very famous place on the Coosa River, former site of the Geico Bassmaster Classic, Lay Lake.
A familiar college champion, Joshua Butts, has won a wild card regional in the past. He won this one with partner Reed Connor to punch their ticket to the championship.
There it is, our location for our national championship, the Bemidji Chain of Lakes in Minnesota. 2.5 hours north of the Twin Cities, up here in some beautiful country. And the thing to remember, at least one trivia thing you should know about this, the actual upper Mississippi, the upper Mississippi runs through most of this chain of lakes right here. So it's very, very interesting. The headwater's just a few miles away as we take you into day one. In second place, Thor and Mitch Swanson from Bemidji State.
The hometown guys got it done with 15 pounds and 12 ounces, sitting in the second spot.
Bryan College, Tennessee comes big.
That's right, Tommy. The East Tennessee team, Bryan College, Jacob Fouts, Jake Lee, 16 pounds and 6 ounces with just 4 fish on day one. But they take a 10-ounce lead going into the second day of competition, hoping to maybe do better with the conditions change. Speaking of that, day one, windy, chance of rain. You saw that at the weigh-in on day one, but day two, completely different. Clear skies, flat calm. These anglers are going to try to take advantage of every opportunity and fish as clean as they possibly can on this important day two.
Our day was actually really slow. It was a grind out there. We just had 4 bass bites all day long, but the ones we're getting are definitely the right quality, and we hope we can catch 5 more today.
We're really excited about kind of being on our own. You know, we're losing 60 boats out of the 90-boat field to stump, and there's like 5 or 6 boats in our lake that are staying consistently, and you know, that's what you got to have in a tournament like this. You got to be able to get away from some people and have some big ones in your area, and we definitely do have some big ones in our area this time around.
Well, you heard Jake Lee from Bryan College talking about all the destinations among these 89 teams that are out here in this national championship second day. There's a lot of them they mentioned going out there to Stump Lake, the majority of the field, according to Jake Lee, and that's a trip, Ronnie.
That's an hour-long idle. For those who don't know, roughly 3 miles of idling. But this Jake Lee and Jacob Fouts team going to go south into Lake Irving, about a 5-minute idle and a 5-minute run, and they're going to start their day while everybody else is idling the canal to get to Stump Lake.
Again, lots of places to go, lots of adjacent water to Bemidji Lake. That's where the launch was early this morning, and here we find Bryan College out here. If you're going to go frogging early in the morning, it's an advantage if you can get out there earlier than everyone else in the field.
This place right here got blew out by the wind yesterday, and we knew if we could get in here without the wind on it, we could catch a couple. Yesterday, we actually didn't catch one on a frog, but here, most of the bites we'll get should be on a frog, I would think. But you kind of just got to let the fish tell you at this point. Get in the boat, yes. Oh, he wasn't coming off. That'll warm you up on a nice cold morning. Oh, fat boy.
Bryan College from Dayton, Tennessee, Jake Lee, Jacob Fouts on the board early. Day number 2 coming into this day with the lead. We're going to take a break and be back with more day 2 when we return.
The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series, presented by Bass Pro Shops, is brought to you by Carhartt, Dick's Sporting Goods, and by Bass Pro Shops.
Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championships 2017, presented by Bass Pro Shops. We're in the land of 10,000 lakes. Up here in Minnesota, northern Minnesota, what a beautiful spot to contest this national championship. We left it with Bryan College, who had 16-6 on day number 1 on only 4 fish, taking their lead into today. Right now, you see that lead has extended a little bit due to this early keeper that they had.
Obviously, they'd love to fish their area with 5 or 6 boats, then compete with the Stump Lake region of this fishery that has 75% of the field headed there every day of competition.
Oh my God. Wasn't ready for that one. Well, he tangled me on. Yeah, whenever of course we didn't fish it real hard in practice. We pulled up, made about 5 casts in practice and had 2 big blow-ups like those. And they were back in it a little further. It's kind of, these fish are way out on the edge, out in pike territory. All we've caught out this far has been pike so far, until today. Yes. Yes. It's number dos. Fish have got me so fired up I'm speaking Spanish. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Might get this done quick this morning. That was one of the coolest bites I've ever had in my entire life. He hit that as soon as it hit the water. Whew. Heck yeah. Oh, he done messed my rod up. He messed my heart up.
Got us all sorts of messed up this morning.
Bryan College extending the lead, and Jake Lee proving to be the guy with the frogging skills early on today in Irving Lake. Let's take another look at one of our other venues here, and that's going to be Stump Lake. And right here, the guys who launched, well, not too far from their dorm rooms, I guess. This is their home lake, Bemidji State's Thor and Mitch Swanson.
As you see there, Mitch with an injury a few months ago, took a tumble. That's not going to stop him from trying to reel in a good catch this week. The duo, the brothers, in second place on their home fishery after day 1 of competition.
Pike. No pass. thought it was a big.
Good job, buddy.
Sheesh. Well, they probably got us in tomorrow. That's our bud. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good start for the Swanson brothers, fishing a very populated Stump Lake area. They know every bite's going to count, and it could get them to the final day, the top 12 cut.
Yeah, Bemidji State, this is a golden opportunity for them because of the location for sure. As we get back to Bryan College, Jake Lee and Jacob Fouts, they have put down the frogs for the moment and headed on to boat docks now. Still hanging on to that lead they brought into day number 2 here.
Number 4.
Come off in the net.
Keep his head off of that.
Nice.
Well, at this point, Bryan College has matched their number for yesterday. 4 fish in the box and 2 of them really good largemouth bass. And they'll be looking to bring in a full complement of 5 today. They would love to get a limit, even though they only needed 4 to take the lead on day number 1 as the fishing wraps up here. On day number 2, the crowd begins to gather here on Bemidji Lake, and we are ready for a weigh-in to see who's going to make the top 12 who will fish on the final day. How about the Western qualifiers from Chico State University, Tyler Firebaugh and Chad Schweitzer.
And then we go to another Tennessee team, Bethel's Cody Huff and Garrett Enders, 4th place after day 2, sealing their fate, getting to fish on day 3.
Thor Swanson, Mitch Swanson, Bemidji State University taking advantage of the home water advantage here, hanging in there in 3rd place here after day number 2.
And then another Bethel University team, a powerhouse in college fishing, Cole Floyd, Carter McNeil, they jump into 2nd place.
Big bag of the tournament, 18 pounds, 4 ounces for this team.
Bryan College got their wish today, a full 5 fish limit, and the 5th fish certainly adds to it. A big weight today of 18.4. So they're looking to win this thing wire to wire. Your leaders after day 1 and day 2 from Dayton, Tennessee, Bryan College. As we are ready for the 12 teams who will compete on day number 3. As we look down through that list of 12, we find Josh Worth, a solo angler from Colorado Mesa University, Hunter McCarty and Sloan Pennington, the University of Northern Alabama, Bethel again, Brian Paul and John Garrett. If you're a college fan, you know that name. Patrick Walters and Tyler All from South Carolina, John Duarte and Chesley Alford of Central Carolina, Sam Karras, John Barry, Tennessee Tech, and Tyler Craig. Spencer Lambert of ULM, University of Louisiana at Monroe, and all these teams are so very close to that much vaunted title. You can almost taste it. You know it will be a nail-biter on the final day of the national championship. We'll be right back.
And it'd be an absolute dream come true to win this thing. I mean, this is the biggest tournament in college fishing. It's just something I've been working at my whole life, and I can't wait to finish this thing off tomorrow.
We work hard all year long to get to this stage, and to be able to be here leading this thing, it feels great.
Welcome back, and this is it, the final day of the 2017 Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championships. Ronnie, this is the day that these guys all look forward to from the very start of the season. We're down to 12 teams now. What goes through their minds?
The top 12 are all vying, Tommy, for a national championship, but also for the college bracket. Those top 4 teams can make it, an individual shot at the Bassmaster Classic, and everyone is in this game. Bemidji's been fishing tough. The leaders have only caught 9 fish in 2 days. It's anyone's game. 2nd place is gunning for that national championship.
Day 1 was a little rainy and drizzly, but it has turned into perfect weather in the height of summer in a beautiful part of the country, northern Minnesota, and the Bemidji chain of lakes for the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championship for 2017, presented by Bass Pro Shops. And this is the end of the line for these teams who have qualified through 5 regionals or a wild card. Final day of competition to, well, someone's going to take home a very vaunted trophy, a real prize for their university. Everyone's thinking right now about the pathway they'll need to take to put their hands on it.
Feeling good. We've got a big task ahead of us today. We've got to catch one more good bag just to stay in this 4th spot. That's what we're gunning for. The bracket means a lot to us. That's what we're shooting for today.
We're in the spot that everyone's gunning for. We're only a couple ounces ahead of 5th, and I think 3rd's like 2 pounds or so ahead of us, so everyone's gunning for our 4th spot. We're just going to try to gain ground and make it to that bracket.
Trying to finish that top 4, and I mean, I wouldn't turn down first place, but anywhere in that top 4 is gonna be fine with me.
Man, it'd be awesome. It's a dream. All the college kids, they dream about being in this place right here. Hopefully we can make it happen and do it.
It's an absolute flood of emotions right now, man. I mean, I'm fired up to get out there. I'm nervous. I can't even explain what's going through my head right now. I'll be real glad whenever we get a big load and this is over with.
We're gonna have to bust them. They got a pretty good lead, but it's like what happened on this. Like, there's definitely some big ones in here. We're gonna have to catch them. If they slip up, I mean, it's once we blast off, it's cutthroat. I love Jake Lee and them to death, good fishermen, but we after them today.
Oh, you like to hear that. You may have friends out there, but this is a serious day. This is competition at the very highest level of college bass fishing for the most valuable trophy. As we look at Jacob Fouts and Jake Lee of Bryan College here in Dayton, Tennessee, one of the 12 teams. And you heard some of these anglers talking about making the top 4. That's also important, as we said at the top of the show. If you're the top 4 teams, you get those 8 anglers entered into bracketed competition for a spot in the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Looks like Brian and Ronnie is doing what they did on days 1 and 2.
That's right, Tommy. Bryan College is going to make the short run over to the canal, short idle through the canal to get to Lake Irving and to fish at the mouth. They had a great topwater game plan every single morning, but as the sun rose, made it hard to get those frog bites. On the final day, though, looks like the algae's died off, putting a thick green coat on the top. But this could be great canopy for those largemouth waiting to ambush a topwater frog.
One of the coolest bites I've ever seen.
Hook fell right out. That fish did me dirty.
We still got to catch a couple more.
That'll get us to the bracket anyway.
Till further notice, we're going to refer to Jake Lee as Jake Frogman Lee. For both days 1, 2, and now day 3, he has been the man who has made it happen with the frog early in the morning. We look at the size of this one right here. This is fish number 2 on the day. Only 3 more to go for a limit. This team from Bryan College in Tennessee that are trying to wire this thing, the national championship, as we take a look at another one of the teams, one of the few teams fishing actually here in Lake Irving.
We've been going up in Stump, but I mean, it's a place, I mean, it's by bridges. A lot of people are fishing this, but there's a lot of fish that move in here.
Dude.
What's up, bass?
I don't know, flip back in there. I think it might have been one of them.
Well, I've learned a lot of just like different techniques, like buzz bait and just a bunch of new baits I've learned from him. And you know, he fishes a little different than I do, so we work together and make it work. And we've learned a lot from each other over the years. Hopefully we'll stumble into something really good, and maybe we catch one of those 20-pound bags they got here.
Cole Floyd and Carter McNeil of Bethel University spotting Bryan College about a 5-pound lead on this day. That is substantial here in this part of the country, but they're Bethel. That's, as you say, Ronnie, a national powerhouse. You expect them to be able to pivot on demand.
The banks of Kentucky Lake is where they reside. They know about catching big bass, and they know that they're going to need it on this final day. They've been flipping reeds in Stump and in Irving with a half-ounce Texas rig, looking to catch some big ones.
You think this point looks good? I think there'd be one here.
Oh, there we go.
Said it looked good. There's a good one right there. It's 3.5 probably. That's the way to start it off. If we get a couple more like that, it should be good. Solid one. You just walk off with it like always?
Yeah. Oh, fat one. Oh, big one. That was about it, boom. This is a Pit Boss Havoc Skywalker. So we just caught that fish on. But this is what we've been catching them on all week. There's some pretty good, there's good ones in this lake. There's a lot of 3 to 3.5 pounders, but that'll go a long way right there if we get a couple more to go with it.
Floyd and McNeil of Bethel University with a good, timely keeper right there. They've got to do everything they can to keep in touch with the leaders, Jacob Fouts and Jake Lee of Bryan College. And right now, Ronnie, we go on to the second team in the top 5, also from Bethel.
Bethel University carried 6 teams to the national championship, a record. This is one of their teams, Cody Huff, Garrett Enders in 4th. They are the Bubble Boys for the bracket right now.
Got him?
Yeah. Ain't no little one,
It's a big one, dude. Yes, sir. Good job. Good boy.
We caught one about that same size in the first day there.
Whew. Good boy. It's a good start. We catch one good one like that every hour, we'll be fine. We'll come back and hit it again later.
Garrett Enders and Cody Huff with their first fish of the day in the boat. That's a good start for them. Lots of places to hit for all of these 12 teams on the final day of the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championship. Plenty more when we come back. Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. This is it, the final day of the National Championships for 2017. 12 teams out there. We're looking at the team. Well, who are they? They're the home favorites here for sure from Bemidji State University. Thor Swanson and Mitch Swanson still looking for their first keeper.
That's one keeper for the Swanson brothers, Mitch and Thor Swanson, who, being the only Minnesota team in the top 12, would love to make it to the Mystery Bracket Lake for the individual head-to-head competition. So we go over to Bethel University in Lake Irving.
There's some pretty good, there's good ones in this lake. There's a lot of 3 to 3.5 pounders, but that'll go a long way right there if we get a couple more to go with it.
Yes, baby. Thought you wasn't gonna get him out of there.
I didn't think it was that big.
He got hauled
Heck
up.
yeah.
He was in there pretty thick.
Dude, he's been a sucker. Number 2. Good one. He was caught yesterday.
Heck yeah.
Dude, I flipped in there, my line went dong. I thought it was a bowfin or something. I wasn't sure till I got them out. They're in here everywhere. We just gotta pick it apart. They might be more buried up today. They might be on the edge. From what I noticed, we probably just got to slow down and really pick it apart, but probably spend a lot of time around in this area. We can get a couple more bites. We'll probably stick around and maybe catch a couple more great big ones like that first one. We'll be in good shape.
Get us a fat bag. I thought he had, when I caught him in the net, I thought he flopped off, but I saw the hook was still in him.
He won't need to net them unless they're 10 pounds with this braid.
Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself.
Wait, what'd she say?
So you don't even need to get that net unless we have a bad situation going.
I'm gonna grab it every time.
Wow. There's so many fish in this area. They weigh a lot more than what you think. I thought we had like 12 yesterday, we had 15. Good job, man. The main goal for everyone really is to make the bracket and make the classic, but it'd be a really good combo to win both of them for sure.
Number 3.
That's bad to the bone. Was it just heavy?
Dude, he barely.
I saw your line tighten up.
Yeah, he barely ticked it, like just barely. I felt something just a little bit different.
If we can bust a couple big ones, it'd be awesome to win this and go to the bracket and one of us make it to the classic. That would be a big deal and a big step in our fishing career, for sure.
Cole Floyd and Carter McNeil of Bethel University flipping up some quality here on day number 3, and with that fish, they have managed to run down the leaders to start the day, Jacob Fouts and Jake Lee of Bryan College.
I know the second place team pretty good. I met Carter McNeil. He's gone second, been through the high school fishing, and we both made the high school All-American the same year. He's a freaking hammer, and if we can come out of here beating him, that'd be awesome. There's a bunch of these guys that are going to be fishing, the Elite Series and all that stuff one day, and I'm just glad to be getting to fish against them.
Last flip in there, he hit it as soon as it hit the water.
I've seen that. They haven't been in this stuff all week. Who'll win this thing, dude?
Bryan College issued the challenge by Bethel University. And just like that, they regain their lead. A good catch right there. We'll be right back. Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championship presented by Bass Pro Shops. It's a perfect summer destination here, the Bemidji chain of lakes in Minnesota. It's been a battle so far today between Bryan College of Tennessee and another Tennessee institution, certainly in the world of college bass fishing, Bethel University.
We're on the rock bass pattern.
That's a toad there. That's a mega. Looks like he's been bit by a muskie or something. Right there on the backside. Pike or... Dang.
Well, Cole Floyd said it on the rock bass pattern right now. There are plenty of species to catch at the Bemidji chain of lakes. Rock bass do not count for their 5 bass limit. They're looking for a largemouth, but largemouth definitely live where the rock bass are right now, feeding up on those as they try to hide in the reeds in that thick cover.
Gosh, dude. That was a bass, dude.
Huh?
That was a bass. Nice one.
What happened? It just swirled on.
I was just swimming it. Big one there. God. First fish on a frog all week.
Cole Floyd, the sophomore from Leesburg, Ohio, putting the 4th fish in the boat for this Bethel team here. This Bethel team going back and forth with Bryan College, 1 and 2. If that one didn't get them tied up for the lead again, it's pretty close to a statistical tie anyway as we go to the other Bethel team in this top 5 right here, Cody Huff and former high school national champion Garrett Enders.
The duo caught early fish this morning, went through a flurry, but they know a limit on the final day is going to be important, and getting 10 to 12, maybe even more, will have them close to the bracket.
I'm just hoping we can catch a limit, man. If we can get 10, 12 pounds, at least we have a shot, you know.
Hey, if it's our time, it's our time. We'll get the bites.
Attaboy. Old Garrett's whacking them today, boys. Get that net ready, Garrett. All right. Get that grass. Come on. I see him down there. That's a good, dude. Yes, sir. Like I said, you can get right in a hurry.
That was probably the most epic double ever.
I laid my rod down and let your fish picked it back up. He's swimming with it, man. Watch it hook. That 5? Whew. Feels good. That's good. Now we got all day to catch full binder. John scrambling, ain't he?
Yes. Tell him to come over here.
Man, I love him, but we're fishing against him just the same as we are anybody else.
Just like in a lot of games, sometimes you have to double up to catch up. That's exactly what Garrett Enders and Cody Huff did. Bethel University now with 5 fish, and just as they did on day number 2, early frog fish for this team of Jacob Foltz and Jake Lee from Bryan College. Now, as they did yesterday, switching over to boat docks.
Flipping pattern pays off in the afternoon for them every day.
We've had an absolutely awful year.
Right up until the qualifier for this tournament. It happened to be on my home lake, and we were able to turn it around there. And to put two good tournaments in a row together, it just feels like we're getting back on track where we'd like to be, and really starting to make a name for ourselves a little bit in college fishing. Feels good too. We're coming off a School of the Year this year. I think we ended up winning that by like 140 points this year down there at Bryan. No thanks to us, we had a pretty bad year, but our team did good.
Megan.
Yes! Woo! Yeah. That'll help the cause. Yeah, that's a good one. We needed him bad, for sure. That could be our national championship fish right there.
Fish is right on top too. I want this one bad. Yeah, real bad. Enough to where I'm starting to smile now.
Maybe over with now. One more big one like that, it's definitely over with. One more like that and we're uncatchable.
Well, they started the final day with a 5-pound lead over second-place Bethel University. After giving some leadway, they took it right back. Now we go over to California's Chico State.
Well, if you got one there, that's all right. We missed that one.
Yeah, it's been a real tough week. Yeah, we have to go super slow to get these bites. Like, he just sits there with his rod for a good 30 seconds before he makes a move with the bait, and it's working.
You know, our deep water right here is like 7-8 feet. So there's really no point to a weight.
But it's deeper than anywhere else in this river. That's why they're here. Most of the river is no more than 3-4 feet deep at most. Most of it's even less than that.
Got one? Big one, big one.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, he's way.
Don't horse him, don't horse him. I'm gonna try and turn this.
He's off.
Oh,
it was the 5.
No. Oh, that's devastating. I really hope that doesn't hurt us.
It was the fish he
Did
caught.
it hit the branch?
He was pinned on the branch. Oh. It was the fish you caught in practice.
God, in that situation, just let him run. Don't try and pull.
He was, no, He wasn't pinned. He was over it.
That would have been a good one, dude. That would have sealed it. That one would have sealed it.
That would have put us over what? Over 17?
That would have put us, yeah. That would put us way up there. That would put us like 16 pounds.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be it.
I went a little bit easy.
I don't think there's anything you could have done on that one. Yeah. Horse him more chance of breaking off. Let him play out. Could have gone deeper in the tree.
That's the first fish that's actually hurt us.
We really fished super clean. Haven't really lost a fish that'll count all week until right there. But gosh, that one might hurt.
Chad Schweitzer and Tyler Firebaugh of Chico State University have got to put that one behind them really quick. Their task is to make it out of 5th place into the top 4 before this day is over.
The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series is brought to you by Carhartt. Dick's Sporting Goods. And by Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, things go by so fast on this final day, National Championship Day of the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. Really moving by fast for this team right here. Cole Floyd and Carter McNeil of Bethel University.
Gosh, damn. Oh, it shot off like a rocket, dude.
That's how the last 3 of my bites did.
A lot of stuff's going through our heads right now. I don't know, one more fish would go a long ways for sure. I'd say we got 11 or 12 pounds and they had a 5-pound lead, so they wouldn't have to have a whole lot to beat us. But I know one fish would go a long ways and kind of just fishing new water, hoping to find something.
Anything could happen at this point. Like Cole was saying, we need one more big bite to have a chance because they got a big lead on us. Come on. Big one, big. Yes. Oh, takes a lot of weight off the shoulders right there.
That's a limit. Cole Floyd, Carter McNeil knew they needed a limit, knew they needed a good one to close the gap. Meanwhile, Chico State trying to forget this 5-pounder that they had come off as they try to slip in and make it to the bracket.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be it.
Oh my gosh. Did you see it?
Really, yeah. That was a big one, dude.
It was a 5.
Gosh. We let that sit for 20 minutes max, and that was back on it. Oh, wow, we got guys all over that spot.
They're gonna fish that tree too. Do you wanna just stay there then?
Another 5-pounder could move up at any second on that thing.
Luckily, everybody in the morning started on stump.
Yeah,
so
we had it to ourselves.
We had it to ourselves, but then word got out that we were catching them. I got a fish. Yelling. Yep.
Yes.
Got her.
Nice.
Oh, it's not her though. Oh,
it's a good one, dude. Keep it on. Don't horse it. Don't horse it.
Her.
Yes, that might
She wasn't as big as I thought. She'll cool.
That'll
Over
cool.
on this side. We're going around.
That's a good one, dude. Good fish. See, this is when it starts to turn on again. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's a good one. That'll cull one of those little 2-pounders. That's a 3-pounder, dude. Good one. That last one was bigger, but they're eating that perfectly. That's a good one. Good stuff, dude.
How many fish are in that tree?
That thing was hooked so good, that was not coming off that time. I can't even get the hook off of him. There we go. Slam. That's the tree we've caught all of our fish on. Come on.
That'll cull.
That's a 2.9 that'll cull our 2-pounder.
Oh, it's only a 2.9.
That's gonna get us over 14 though.
That's good. That's identical to our limit first day.
Yeah.
Except I don't know if we
when you're cooling them that close on 2.5 pounders, that's a good day.
Think about Chico State trying to bang into the top 4 with the likes of, well, 2 great Bethel University teams, Bemidji State, the home favorites, and Bryan College all ahead of them. That limit, that upgrade might have helped their cause right there. Right now, let's get out to Bryan College. And Ronnie, they've been doing their job all day long.
They've been taking their 1-2 approach and doing it the best they can. That frog bite early in the morning always got them a keeper or 2. Quality fish every time they set the hook. And now, with the sun high in the sky, they've gone to their second pattern, the flipping pattern, their second approach, and they've loaded the boat with 2 more quality fish. Still looking for a 5th keeper, though, to round out their limit.
Yes! Woo! Can't even cast anymore. It's one of the most mentally challenging fishing days I've ever had in my entire life. I think this morning we were still kind of coming in expecting to catch a big bag pretty quick off our topwater hole first thing this morning. And man, it has been the most grinding type day I've ever had in my entire life. We've been working our butt off. We've been losing fish. We've been missing fish. We didn't really get that spun out this morning. There was a calmness about us all day that doesn't usually happen to me. I usually get tore up, but I mean, it's so obvious to both of us, you know, that God was really with us this week, because there ain't no way that we should be able to stay that calm in a tournament like we've had, and it's just been a blessing. Yes, baby. Game over. Get in the boat, Martha. Woo! Woo! Game over. Yes. Give me some, dude. You too, cameraman. Give me some. All right. Yeah, you got some coming. Yeah, it's over with now. Whew. Fired up. I think it's over with, what I think.
We don't know what you think. We know what Bryan College thinks. They think they have gotten the job done, and victory is well within their grasp. There's more time left on the clock here. The Bemidji chain of lakes, Garrett Enders, Cody Huff, they're working very, very hard. Now think about this. They got to get into the top 4. That's another main objective today.
Got him, dude. Come on, man, get out of there. Come on, dude.
Get over to it, baby.
God, get out of there.
He's still.
Dude, that's a big one. Yes, sir.
Yes! That's a giant, dude.
Ooh. That's what we've been looking for, man.
Dude, that's a giant. Holy. Man. Oh boy, Cody. Woo.
Golly, man. We was blessed to get him up here. He got buried, man. I mean buried.
It's a 2-pound call at least.
Mm-hmm. It's the 3rd good one we caught off of it this week.
Well, Tommy, late in the day, on the final day of competition, you definitely want upgrades, and these guys got a couple pound to upgrade right there with that big fish. As we take it to the weigh-in, Tommy, the 12 teams, they're looking for 4 spots.
Absolutely. Got 2 important pieces of business here. Crown a national championship team for 2017 and identify the top 4 finishing teams, because that's who will populate the bracketed competition for 1 spot in the Geico Bassmaster Classic for 2018. Garrett Enders, Cody Huff, they started more than 10 pounds back. Not likely they're going to take the win, but they got to stay in the top 4.
13 pounds, 13 ounces, all the way up to 3rd place for this Bethel team.
Cody Huff, Garrett enters third place with 2 teams to weigh in. One of those teams needs to slip. Second place, Bethel University, Cole Floyd and Carter McNeil look to take the lead.
New leaders, 15 pounds, 7 ounces.
Cole Floyd and Carter McNeil with the limit on this final day. That is very, very important, cementing their place in the bracketed competition for the Classic slot. For now, holding down first place with a total for 3 days of 45 pounds and 4 ounces. And well, we all know it, there's one more team left to weigh in.
15 pounds, 5 ounces. Reach in there, guys. Hold those fish up. And that means that Brian's going to go wire to wire. Let's hear for this freshman team, Jacob and Jake. All right, Bemidji, I'm going to officially introduce you. I need you to scream when I do this. Your 2017 Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Champions, presented by Bass Pro Shops. Bryan College, Jacob Fouts, and Jake Lee going wire to wire to take home that trophy.
Oh, what a moment in the careers of these 2 young anglers. Let them savor it for a minute. Enjoy that national championship, which is absolutely huge. And then Jacob Fouts and Jake Lee will go right into the grinder one more time, going against 3 other teams, or the members of 3 other teams. 8 anglers total, going for 1 slot in the Geico Bassmaster Classic. They'll have their work cut out for them there.
Not 5 minutes after they hoisted the trophy, Tommy, did they have to refocus, and they had to focus on the bracket, an individual head-to-head format, no teammates, no nets. It's all on you on a brand new fishery that they'll get a slight run-around practice time on.
All right, again, the unthinkable is possible. This time around, you can go from the college ranks to the World Championship, and we will show that process for you the next time we see you at the bracket competition.
Big one there.
Don't horse him, don't horse him. I'm in the center.
Yes, sir.
Yes! Woo! 15 pounds, 5 ounces. Your 2017 Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Champions.